On this episode of Buddy Rods, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own DIY composting bin. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm taking a drill and I took some 2x6s. I only had 29 inches of 2x6s left, so I split them up into 7.5 inch pieces, and then I subtracted an 1/18 of an inch. Not that important. I wanted them to be equal as I could get them. So I'm taking these. I marked them halfway up on the 2x6s, and I'm placing them halfway up on here. And then I'm going to put the plywood on and stabilize it with some more 2x4s on the inside. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually start the screw. I'm getting these started so when I put it up, all I have to do is screw it in instead of trying to hold this piece down and screw it in, because I don't have a clamp on me right now. All right, I did the first one, so I just gotta do that 2 more times and then we're ready to put on the plywood. Now that we have these on, we're gonna cut this to size. This is just some old plywood I had laying around. I thought might as well give it a second life and use it on a composter. All right, so pretty much what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get the measurement for how wide we need side. This one will take care of 2 walls. This one will take care of the other 2 walls. It's gonna be a pretty short composter. So 44 inches, I've got 48 to work with. I wanna get a measurement lower, so 44 inches, and measurement up higher, 44 inches. And then we're gonna find out how tall it is, get our measurement for cutting it in half. So it's 48 inches that way as well. Let's have a 48, 24. 2 feet. Gonna do the same thing on this side. 24. So pretty much we have our measurements. Do the other line for getting the 2 halves. Sweet. Now it's just time to cut. Maybe I'll just do this one with the regular hand saw, and you guys can see that a $20 hand saw from the store can take care of this problem too. Maybe we'll do it just for giggles. Alrighty. We'll try it out with this, I guess. This way sucks. Now for the next cut. Sweet, we're gonna do the ugly side in. Alrighty, so I've got my screw gun all ready to rock, a pocket full of screws. I'm gonna start some of these screws real quick. All right. That's the first side. Now we just have 3 more to go. Now because this is a pallet and it has all these spaces in between each piece of wood, I could lose material whenever I'm trying to move this. So what I'm gonna do is put another piece of plywood on the bottom here so that we don't lose material when I try to move it. What I'm gonna do is just take a little bit off of the end here, selling something. And then, you know, I'll probably build a couple of these over time. Perfect. Just gonna drill this into place, get a couple screws out of my pocket, and screw it up. All right. Now for the next thing, get 4 pieces of 24-inch long 2x4s. We'll set them in the corners, and then we can put on our 2 other sides, and then that's pretty much it for the composter. So oddly enough, it had 96 inches, which is 24 times 4, I think, of 2x3. So that's what I'm using instead. I'm gonna do 24-inch segments. So 24, which is 2 feet, 48, which is 4 feet. Then the next one up, which is 6 feet, 72. And then 96. We have the perfect amount. Now I just gotta cut it. Alrighty, that's what we have. I'm just gonna set these up in the corners and then zip them down. First what I'm gonna do is screw through the 2x6, through the plywood, into our corner piece, and then I'll fasten the rest of the plywood onto the corner pieces. Sweet, now I'm gonna do that to the other 3. All right, all the 4 corners are in. I'm gonna use some of my smaller screws and tack them in at the tops, and then we'll put the 2 other sides on. All right, so just like every other time, I'm gonna start the screws in the bottom of the pieces first, and then I'll put them on. Now just one more side. And that's the job done. So this is the compost bin all finished up, and I'm going to show you me putting in my first load of compost. All right, well, this is the finished result of our little compost bin that I made out of scrap wood I had laying around. So hopefully it was helpful, and if it wasn't, that's too bad. I put too much bedding in the first time I set up the brooder for the chickens.
Please like and subscribe and tell your friends about our channel, and we're on a road to 1,000.